Patty Christensen, hand CRPS lady. We're getting gray. So you'll see I do a lot of videos of my travels, just my little adventures. And if you don't understand the channel, it may seem kind of odd, but this whole channel that I did was because I have complex regional pain syndrome in my hands. It's been 2.5, almost 3 years that I've had this. In the beginning, my hands were severely discolored. They would not function at all. I could not brush my own hair. I could not brush my own teeth. I could not cut a steak. I could not use any kind of a can opener, bottle opener. Could not open a pill bottle. Couldn't tie shoes. Basically, it was really, really bad. And I had just a matter of a few months before this bought this really cute little travel trailer called a Winnebago Travato. Really small, perfect for one person. My husband couldn't fit in it with me. Sorry, he had to go in a tent. But you know, just this little teeny thing. But I got this condition. I couldn't open the sliding door. I couldn't put the Murphy bed up and down, so I would have to leave it down. But that meant, you know, kind of crawling across it to go to the bathroom. And when you were cooking, you were just cooking in your bed type thing. It was just too small. I missed that thing, but it just wasn't practical. So then we got a bigger, small RV with the thought that my husband was going to have to drive me places because I literally could not drive. And things kept improving. I stayed away from drugs, went kind of the natural diet, vitamins, whatever. I've got videos on that. Things improved enough to where last weekend, completely by myself, I took my RV, I unhooked it, I put in, it was hysterical to watch, but my big, huge paddleboard, you know, deflated, put in a pump, all that kind of stuff, drove to, it's called Yuba Lake State Park. I'm mile marker 289 and it's mile marker 202. So just 80 some miles. You think, oh, Patty, I know Utah, you're there in an hour. Well, you'd think, but last Friday was national. Everybody decided to do stupid stuff and get in wrecks on the freeway day. Twice I was pulled off the freeway through who knows where, back on. Thank you, Sister Ways. You saved me an additional 30 minutes from my already ridiculous thing, which meant lots of gripping. I'm in unusual places. You know, when they pull you off the freeway just to get around and you're kind of going through that industrial zone, which just grows potholes and what have you, holding on tight, get to Yuba, and dang it, I'm getting out on that water that Friday. I don't care what anybody says. So got the whole thing filled up. It's super close from my door to the water, so I didn't bother bringing my pull cart or anything. I just did my over shoulder kind of attachy thing. It was just a little easier for what I was doing. But I drove down. That was horrifically stressful. They even laughed at me when I got there. They said, "You look rough." And I was like, yes, the roads are rough. Filled that big, huge paddleboard by myself, took it down by myself, got on it by myself, skadoodled all around, having a blast. Came back, you know, in and out. The first night I did one, second, and then Saturday I did 2 or 3 trips. I think maybe it was even 3. And then Sunday, before I left, I was able to get one really good trip in there. And then brought it back, you know, propped it up to dry, you know, let the air out. I even have the reverse air compressor to suck that last little bit out. Folded it up, got it in the bag, got the bag back in the RV, took the RV over to the dump station, did the dump and the black tank wash, and all of that, drove all the way back. There was one part where there was a lot of crosswind to where I've gotten now to where I'm kind of used to it. I just hold tighter. But there was an idiot going really, really, really slow on the freeway, like slow enough that we all had to go around. And that was right as the wind was blowing. That was stressful, but not so bad. And so I just came home with this renewed sense of like accomplishment. Something as silly as driving a 24-foot Class C motorhome. Most people, or RV. I don't know if you can even call that little thing a motorhome. You know, going out and doing all this stuff to me was more of an accomplishment than before, when I used to remodel entire homes by myself, than when I was a 21-year-old air traffic controller by myself. Because if you had just seen where I was to where I am, yeah, they're kind of, okay, especially that, they're kind of deformed, but I'm actually able to do things. So I'm feeling kind of proud of myself. A little extra sun, but feeling really, really proud of myself. And anyone who's new to the CRPS journey, we all have our own journey. I will say that it always seemed to be worse in the very beginning, as your body's just trying to figure out what your brain is doing. But for those who are willing to give up, and this disease does have a nickname that begins with S, just give it a little bit. Just give it a couple of years and just see what you can do. Because if I can drive an RV all by myself, and if I can paddleboard all by myself, you know, I'm hopeful that there's hope for those of us with CRPS. Thanks.